Alright, hello YouTube. This second video, I told you I would make one. I'm going to show you how to use the Gusto deck that I showed you the deck profile in the last one. I'm going to use a dragon structure deck that I've tweaked. I tweaked it to be a tuner deck, so it's not a great deck to run against, but it will show you how the Gustos work rather than how I feel about the dragons. I don't know, they're both fun decks to run. The structure deck, the Dragons Collide, it came out really good structure deck. Um, it's mainly the same deck. I've changed out some of the monsters. I've added tuner cards and synchros that are very useful. Um, since I don't have like double synchros of everything, I'll be using the same synchro mostly. It's just going to show you how the decks run rather than an actual duel. Maybe this weekend I'll go and I'll film a duel and I'll put it up on here at a tournament against like a heretic deck. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle my deck. That's always handy because it is not shuffled at all because I just used it in the last video that you watched. Hopefully you watched it. I really hope some people watch these videos. Let's see. Let's shuffle this real good because while I'm sitting here, I'm going to tell you how the deck's going to work. The loop that I showed you is going to use for synchros, but it is also very good against stopping attacks. That's really what I aimed for in this deck was not being able to get attacked and then attacking at the right moments. Not exactly attacking every time like a Glad Beast deck, but not attacking at all like a Chainburn deck. That's the only thing I've found this deck isn't great against as a Chainburn because they don't attack as much, and so then I have to side for the second duel. Anyway, I'd say that's about good shuffle. I'm just going to show you, we're going to set up a little blue versus orange here. Two favorite colors if you haven't guessed yet. We'll have Gusto go first. Pretty good hand. Any hand really, as long as it's not all monsters, is a good hand. Draw one. Your field spell you always want to get out first. So field spell activate anytime it just sits there basically. You want to have something that will let you special summon quickly. So since I have a Tengu here but no Birdman, I'm not going to use it yet. So I'm going to set a Thunderbolt, which you saw in the last video. When it's destroyed by battle, you can special summon Windar with it, which is very handy. So I'll set it, and then I will set Solemn Judgment like you normally would, and end my turn. Alright, Dragon Collide Structure Deck time. It's a pretty tweaked card. Just going to show you I would duality. Add a foolish, just because foolishes are handy to have. Any graveyard I'm just going to put up here. So then I'll activate foolish just to get it out of the way. Let's see. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's take out Light Pulsar. Light Pulsar you want to get out. Very handy in this deck. Very good in most dragon decks. Really got a big hit in heretic decks. And then grade that. Call it the Haunted. I don't know if you, there you go, call it the Haunted. Set one, get your Light Pulsar back. And then basically I'm going to Alexandriadite. Oh, I don't know what it is. Attack. Thunderbolt destroyed. Oh, and turn. Battle phase. Take Thunderbolt. Remove it from play. And then special summon Windar at 2000. Windar special summons ready before you even draw, and you summon a monster right there. Alright, I'm going to go into the loop right now, just so you can see that. His turn, my turn now. draw, they activate, call, light pulsar. Okay, good move. But I have a 6, then I can easily go, they're both at 2000. I have nothing in the graveyard, so I can't use a cam. That's where I figured out this doesn't work. Cam, nothing in the graveyard, its effect is useless, it's just 1700. Tengu in hand, Winda, good just to have, which I believe I'll set this turn, because 6 and 3 makes 9, Trishul is gone, kind of pointless. It would have been useful, but set that. I still have the Judgment if I want to use it. I should have probably used it. This doesn't really work with only one person. End the turn, a draw, 100 Dragon, Light Pulsar attacks over Windar, Alexandrite attacks face down. So when Alexandrite or any monster attacks your face down card, it destroys it. But with the Winda effect, I go into my deck, it destroyed it. With this one, they summon that they would have had a direct attack. Instead of doing that, you go for Guldo. Alright, when Guldo special summoned itself, Winda special summon Guldo, Hunter Dragon would attack, Guldo gets destroyed, and then, oh, I get to summon Eagle. Now I have a 1-star tuner in the field instead of a 2-star non-tuner, and a single turn, and I still have taken no damage. They, in their turn, begin mine, draw, 2 Tengus in hand, really not fun. That was a terrible draw, but 5, it runs a light dark, and so instead of running a Cataster, which normally I would choose, which actually I still might, I probably would, I could run Guldos, which is really handy, but I'm going to choose Cataster at this time. So, Cataster attacks like Pulsar. Like Pulsar goes to the grave and says Call of the Haunted, because they're both light. Problem is, there was nothing in the grave for it to get. So you see how the loop ran with Eagle and Guldos and Winda, how at 9 cards it could really do some damage. It gets things out. Once you get all 9 cards out of the deck, you're running maybe 15 cards left after in a duel I found out. Turns out once you get all 9 of them out, the deck still runs. It just doesn't have that loop power, where I've seen some people run a wind-up Inzector deck, where if you focus on Inzectors, the wind-ups come out in it, and if you focus on wind-ups, the Inzectors will come out. That's the way this kind of runs, but they're all Gusto. If you focus on the loop runs out and you get something else. You focus on just the monsters themselves, you still have a loop that can just run around everything. It's a 1 card at a time loop, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. It's just very handy to do. I'm not going to continue the duel because that would take forever, and it would take 3 different turns, and anyway. Birdman, the way I use this, say I had Tengu on the field that I used earlier, and then I had a Birdman in hand. The way Birdman works, you special summon it, return a wind monster against to 1900, and it's a 3-star tuner, but it banishes itself. So what I would do if I had a Tengu on the field, a Tengu in the deck, which happens more occasionally than not, I special summon Birdman, special summon, returns to hand, special summon another Tengu, and then I can still, with my field spell, special summon a card from the deck, which in this case I would special summon Winged Rhinos, which is a 4-star, handy to have, comes out on the field, they activate a trap, and I get the effect of special summoning. Anyway, it's just handy to have out, 1800, I can synchro with it. And then I still haven't normal summoned, so this turn I had a cam in hand, also normal summon. Cam, really good effect, lets you draw, return 2 Gusto cards, so you return your 2 loops. Usually you want, if you can, to keep the 2 closest cards together, 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. That's just the way it works. It's handy that way. You return them to the deck, shuffle your deck, blah blah blah, draw a card. Magic cylinder, set it, they attack, they're screwed over. That's mainly the way the deck works. Most of the traps, most of the spells, staples, and everyone knows how they work. The big things are getting your field spells out. If you want to use a terraforming, it's possible. And then your Rykos, you always want to have at least 2 in there, because having 2 Rykos in there will get stuff to the graveyard for cams, get stuff to the graveyard for your field spells, and even for your synchros. So really handy to have Rykos in the deck. That's mostly how the deck runs. You can kind of get an idea. I showed you how Windar ran. I showed you how the loop runs. Kodor, it's basic. You set it, you destroy something, you summon Windar. That's mainly your loop. I'm looking through here, see if I can find anything else. Battle Fader, you know how it works. Showed you Birdman, showed you Cams. I mean, that's pretty much your entire deck. There's a few plays that are just fun to have in your hand. Like, I'll show you this one real quick. It works off compulsory. Now, mostly, anytime someone's going to use a compulsory, they're going to say Alexandrite attacks them directly. They'll compulse Alexandrite back to your hand, compulse Red Dragon back to your hand, something big back to your hand that they can't get out easily. The funny thing about compulsory that you can use is you can return your own monsters. So say you have your field spell out, your handy field spell, and anything on the field, say Cam. Alright, say you have a huge graveyard and you want to get a lot of things back. Normal Cam, use its effect, get 2 back. Compulse Cam, or say you have Cam on the field, this way it'll get a lot more. Cam's on the field, use its effect, 2 for 1. So you get 2 cards back to the deck. You're at 2. This is going to be cool counting. Compulse Cam, returns it to the hand, special summon another Cam from your deck, which I've done before. You special summon another Cam with your field spell, special summon, use it again. So that's 4 now that you've gotten back to your deck and you've drawn 2. Then you still have the Cam in your hand, have it normal summoned. Cam again, 2 more. That's 6 cards you've got back to your deck, and 3 you've drawn in the same turn. 3 you draw, say Ryko, Eagles, and Kodor. Show you those real quick. Ryko, Eagles, Kodor. Ryko, send 2 back to the grave to use. You have 2 cams, 1700s if you want to attack double, or overlay and get, say, Utopia. It's very handy to have compulsories. That's mainly how the deck runs. Like, comment, post other videos pertaining to it. Just watch the videos, have some fun. Try the deck if you want on Dueling Network. I'm on there a lot. I'll post on my video page on where you can find me on Dueling Network. I'm not on there a lot, but I can be. Just, have some fun with the deck. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh's about, having fun and dueling other people. It's a fun deck to run. I hope you all enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Yeah, post some, if you do watch, comment, tell me what you guys want to see. I'll see what I can do to please your little minds, if that's not too weird. Yeah, so that's all for now. That's the Gusto deck and how it runs. Until next time, YouTube video watchers.